This tweet has been doing the rounds recently, and also down to Robbie or Robert. Apparently doesn't like being called Robert from AFTV. There he is, bottom of the screen there in my little window, saying that Klopp took over a better team when he took over Liverpool in 2015, October to be exact, as opposed to Mikel Arteta, who took over in December of 2019 before the pandemic hit and all that sort of shit, right? If you want to look at the squad though, I mean, Simon Mignolet, Nathaniel Klein, Skirtle, Sakho, Moreno, Lucas, Chan, Milner, Coutinho, Lallana, Origi, starting 11 against Spurs. Klopp's first game, Bogdan, Toure, Randall, Allen, Ibe, Teixeira, Sinclair on the bench. As opposed to Arteta's first 11, Bernd Leno, Saka, Luis, Socrates, Maitland-Niles, Xhaka, Torreira, Ozil, Aubameyang, Lacazette and Nelson in that squad there. Amazing stuff. Even I said there, man had Aubameyang, Ozil, Xhaka, David Luiz and Lacazette. We had Chan, Lucas, Coutinho, Milner, Sakho. Objectively, Arsenal were much better. Sorry, this is post me in editing. I forgot to mention, when Jurgen Klopp came into Liverpool, he came with a backing. He came with a resume. He had a CV of shit he actually did. Okay? Got teams to promotions. Won cups with Borussia Dortmund. Won the Bundesliga in 2011, 2012. Back to back. Nice little feat there. Let me just blow this up a little bit so you can see. There we go. There we go. The Pokal Cup. 2011 2012 season, won it. Runner-up 2 times thereafter. Won the Super Cup twice as well. Champions League runner-up in 12-13. So he came to Liverpool with something. He came with a backing. He said, this is what I've done. This is what I can do. You know, brought Mainz to promotion, saved them as well. Dortmund coming into that, bringing them up against the likes of Bayern Munich. And at that time, Bayern Munich were fucking cooking. They were on their grill 24/7, searing that shit up. Okay, since then, a few things have happened. With Liverpool, won everything there is to win in club football. Arteta, on the other hand, as a manager so far, FA Cup in his first season and the Community Shield in 2020 and 2023. Won a few Manager of the Month awards, but that's about it. Before that, nothing else. He was an assistant to Pep Guardiola. So Klopp came in and did wonders. It just goes to show how good of a job Klopp did with the shit that he had at Liverpool at the time, as opposed to what Arteta done with the players at his disposal at Arsenal in their respective first seasons. Also keep in mind, this is a season or two after our title push, finishing second that year with, this doesn't slip, and, the 3-1 giveaway, the leader at Palace when, what was his name? Bloody, I can't remember his name. Had blondish hair. Dwight Gale scored and Ozzy Miller-Jednak scored that cracking free kick. Still pisses me off to this day. But bottled the lead. Suarez crying after all that sort of shit. Gerrard shooing the camera away. And remember, the big part of that 13-14 season was in part due to Suarez, Sterling, Sturridge and Gerrard in that squad. Yes, we had a collective. We had, Skirtle doing his thing. But realistically, in the defensive line, I mean, it wasn't really that good of a team. Nathaniel Klein and players like that bombing up the pitch. Lucas in the midfield, shit like that. I mean, it's amazing sometimes. I look back and I think to myself, how the hell did we get so close with a team like that? Unbelievable stuff. But anyways, in that season when Klopp took over, just for context, looking at the squad here, we finished 8th in the league, made it to the 4th round of the FA Cup, runners-up in the League Cup and runners-up in the Europa League. Sevilla did us in that game there, and I believe City did us in this game here. And unfortunately, it was what it was. This was when Firmino came into his own, Sturridge getting into form as well, and Sturridge was sort of like, injuries started to take over, etc., but that's neither here nor there. Arsenal in 1920, COVID season, okay, mind you, Arteta came in from December. They finished 8th, but they won the FA Cup. They went to the 4th round of the EFL Cup and I think the round of 32 in the Europa League. I'm not sure if they stopped that competition, if they kept it going. I can't remember. COVID seemed like an eternity ago now. It was only, 4 years ago? Arguably a much better outcome. They actually had silverware. We may have made 2 finals, but we won nothing. They made 1 final and won something. That was Emery's team. This squad here was Rodgers' team. I mean, I don't even think we brought in any players in January. Did we bring in anyone in January? I don't even remember. I mean, we had Joe Allen equalising for us, all sorts of shit. Bloody hell, absolute madness. Like I don't even think we had. I don't even think we had any players coming in January. Maybe transfers in July. Here we go. Grujic come in. That was it. One play in January was Marko Grujic coming in. So no players there. Again, COVID season, we'll forgive that. But they still had the likes of Nicola Pepe on the bench and all that sort of shit. But people want to tell me that Klopp took over a better team. This is without Suarez, Sturridge, Gerrard. No, Sturridge was there, sorry. Sterling, Suarez and Gerrard, they had gone. Sturridge was there. My apologies. Objectively, Arsenal had a much better team. And some people want to make it out like Klopp had a much better team than what Arsenal did. Now, Arsenal were in all sorts. Let's not make two bits about it. Arsenal were in the shit. Again, with us as well, we were all over the place. We had the sale of the team, some years before that. We had gone through signing players like Andy Carroll for 35 million, and then Suarez coming in January, and then selling him for some stupid amount of money. Sterling being sold to City for 45-50 million pounds in that summer, and we were just not the team that we were just 2 years ago. We had sunk so bad. I mean, to finishing second, nearly winning the league, to finishing 8th in the space of a season, finishing second, 13-14, 15-16, flopped it, and then 15-16, Klopp comes in and the rest is history, as they say. But not everybody is of the opinion that Arteta had a better squad. Robert from AFTV says that Liverpool had a much better team than what Mikel Arteta inherited. We've just seen the squad. Let's go to the actual clip itself. This from AFTV. Look at this, 1.8 up, 1K down, talking about Mikel Arteta inheriting a bad team and Klopp apparently coming into a much better team. Let's see what they have to say.
So let's just go on that one, right? This is, we're looking at Arteta for me, is still the guy for the job. I think people have to remember what he took over. He took over an absolute mess at Arsenal. I was on a show where Liverpool fans reminded me that, Klopp won his first Premier League, I think, in his 4th or 5th season.
Yeah.
Right? So they're saying that Arteta has to do that. I think Klopp took over a better team. The team that Klopp took over was underachieving, but remember, they nearly won.
Underachieving is an understatement. Did you not see the squad we had? We should have won that league in 13-14. We didn't. 14-15 was a shit season. 15-16, like Klopp come over and the team was just in all sorts. Rodgers took us to where we could and that was it. But this man wants to say that Klopp inherited a better team. Are you fucking kidding me, Robert?
The league under Brendan Rodgers just before that, hadn't they?
Yeah,
right?
And they'd won quite a few cups.
Right, and then,
quite a few cups. We'd won quite a few cups. We won the League Cup in 2012 on penalties against Cardiff. Was that who we played? I can't remember. Madness. Won the FA Cup in 2006, Champions League 2005. The Worthington Shield or the Community Shield, whatever the hell they call that thing these days, the Charity Shield, whatever. One or two of those. That's about it, really. Didn't win the Europa League. Didn't win the Champions League up until 2019. You know what I mean? Was it 2018? I can't remember now. Damn, these things are a blur sometimes. But we won it. We won it 6 times, mind you.
So that would whilst Klopp had to come in and make a lot.
We didn't. Yes, we won the Champions League in 2005. We didn't. Oh, Julian, seriously.
Changes and he rebuilt the team, and we know that, but he didn't pick up an absolute mess that what Arteta picked up, where he had so much problems to solve. Remember, we were having to make players like Ozil walk away with his contract cancelled. We had the old Aubameyang saga. We had to get rid of all these defenders. There was all these players that were on big contracts that we literally just had to give them away. He had to deal with all that.
Internally, the structure of the squad, you could say, yeah, it was a shitstorm, it was a mess. But if you're talking about the team, players, no chance. You had better players. You had much better players. Like, ain't no comparison, ain't no two ways about it. Let's see what people are saying in this reply. They want that, yeah, we didn't win the Champions League. It's completely wrong. Says our team was much better than list the likes of Aubameyang and Ozil as their problem players. In Klopp's first season, we were still trying to pretend that Skirtle could defend. Look, to be fair, it wasn't too bad. He was a little bit brash. I was better than Sterling, which he wasn't. And that Kevin Stewart could be a good squad option. He wasn't. Only trophy I have a vague memory of before Klopp was the League Cup. Exactly right. In 2012, I think it was. That was it. That was it. There was nothing else about it there. I mean, that is just insane. To say that he inherited Klopp a better team than what Mikel Arteta did, that's just absolute madness. These Arsenal fans like to gas themselves up. They really do believe that they were that bad and Mikel Arteta has done something magical now. You had issues with individual players. I get it. That's fine. The players themselves, though, are better players. Put them side by side, comparison for comparison. You had much better players when Arteta took over. This whole conversation is nonsense, in my opinion. I mean, even the most hardcore of Arsenal fans will tell you that your squad was much better when Arteta took over than what Klopp's was when he took over Liverpool. I mean, seriously, this is the levels we're getting at. The delusion is next level here. You won something in that year. You won an FA Cup. We made 2 finals and we lost them both. Would you rather win one piece of silverware or make the final of 3 cups, lose them, and then miss out on the league by a point? You can say we came this close, but we didn't. We just say, hey, our name's on this thing for this season. Look how nice, look at this shiny thing here. Fantastic. I'd rather have that. Win something rather than nothing, no matter how close you get. Madness.